Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Cities Skylines 2. This is episode 23 as we embark upon a very cloudy day. I have a big option as to how I progress from here. Last time we were achievement hunting, and I'm absolutely going to get back to that in the near future. But if we're going to continue to grow, if we're going to hit those last few milestones, well, demand is quite clear on what is necessary. We need some low density stuff, which means we need a suburb, and then we need commercial. Suburbs are a perfect place with main roads picking up some commercial, so it seems like a perfect combination. We'll probably throw in a little bit of mixed housing with that, and that should take care of things. Now, finances, we have that easily covered to be able to do that. The big question then becomes where, and there's, I'd say, 4 big candidates first on where you would want to go. One candidate is to the southeast, but because we have our industrial there, let's just rule that out right now. One candidate is in the area we've been working on next to the new freeway section. You still have this pocket down here that is open and available, but one thing we've already been noticing is you're starting to get a bit of that air pollution overlap. Plus, the more we increase or fill in this area, the more traffic we're bringing to the area, and that's going to lead to traffic jams. So for the time being, at least, I'm going to let that be. I'm not going to play with fire in regards to that one. I like not having traffic being so bad. And that, for me, now leaves it down to 2 areas. One, this nice, really big pocket here beyond the airport and ports, or the northern pocket up here. Both are readily available. We do have our double intersection of 2 different freeways. That's a pretty easy candidate, but I like how big and how open this could be. A huge suburb right back here. We're going to go ahead and purchase the land and put this suburb in. 17 tiles, $2 million. That's easy enough. And there we go. We are into that whole area now. Let's go ahead and, before I just actively get after it, let's make sense of what we're dealing with here, because I want to ensure that the area is going to be well handled. I can tell that there's definitely some hills here. We do have some undulation, got kind of a ridge line along here and a hefty ridge line here, but it looks like, as steep as it is, it's evenly sloped, at least, going through there. But with suburbs, that's going to be easy enough. Now we're going to want to make sure that we are also taking care of the various services that we're going to need in there. It's going to be a big suburb, so we're going to want to have maybe a couple main roads that go through there, and then just neighborhood peeling off of that. Now, our winding freeway, check it in on how it's looking. We've already got it upgraded to 3 lanes. We've of course got our railroad tracks through there as well, running alongside it. Not sure why it's because we have a slow moving vehicle. Okay, little moped just can't keep up. So for now, we have, and again, not enough electricity. We have plenty of power. Plenty. Not sure why it's not getting enough power, but we'll not worry about that for the time being. Anyway, we have multiple ramps that all kind of connect all this up. So there's multiple ways to get kind of in and out of each portion of the highway, up and down here, which is keeping it from getting backed up at all. For now, the last ramp that we have is over here. This final ramp then goes into our ports. Both are the harbor for public passenger ships, but also the cargo harbor. So both the cargo and the human meat bag movements, those happen that way. We've got to deal with the rail line. But this is one obvious way. But I'm not sure I want to mix. I mean, you can already see that there's a lot of, not a ton of traffic, but there's a good amount of traffic that's going to the cargo harbor in particular. I mean, you're not seeing much moving this way, but you're seeing a lot of traffic coming in and out of the cargo harbor. Speaking of, is that fully upgraded? Not completely. Railway connection we don't have at this point. Maybe I want to connect that up. Or I don't think I could. Was that... Yeah, there's the overlapping issue. So it was just kind of like, you know, maybe we don't bother with that. That's right. Anyway, I think this road needs to be dedicated for what it's already. Otherwise, you're going to add too much traffic to it. So I think one of your obvious things is then to use this intersection to get a road off this direction. Two vehicles kind of side by side there, both going, wait, you go. No, 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 you go. No, you go. Okay, I'll go. Oh, wait, we're both going. Yeah, been there, done that. But yeah, so I think road number 1 needs to come this direction. Alright, well, first road in, and you can see just how big this is going to be. This is not a small suburb. This is going to be massive. There's going to be a lot of housing in here. And like I said, we have a lot of needs to be met. Dang. Talk about a steep climb. Jeez. Accident. It's raining. These people don't experience rain here, apparently. Don't know how to drive in the rain. It's like Californians. Don't know how to drive in the rain. We're going to need at least a second method for getting over there. And I don't know. Maybe we'll kind of divide it. Put it somewhere around here. Hop it on over. Put it over this little mistake. I like that idea. Do I want the 6 lane? I think we're going to do the 6 lane. Alright, now where are we location in relation to the other one? See how it'll be fairly easy to build neighborhoods off of this into, 1, 2, 3 pockets either side of ridge lines, and then we'll get an interior together, but that's a start. Alright, now this road is to nowhere. We've got to get it connected up. Ugh. Wow. Way back there or way up here? I guess we're going to have to go with way back here. As long as they're spread out a little bit, the dumbbells do work pretty well, and so we've got that one set and going. I think we have just kind of a temporary change as I just upgraded that to 4, but yeah, it's moving just fine. Alright, there's 2 ramps, 2 areas in. Let's go ahead and get this road fleshed out a bit more here. I am going to connect this end up. It can carry some traffic, but we don't want to put too much off the cargo port. We really want it to be primarily off of these two primary roads that we've put in here. I also think that we can expand this to 3 now at this point in time. I'm definitely getting a little bit of a bottleneck here at the off-ramp where the cargo harbor is. There's a lot of trucks going to that cargo harbor. I need to rework this a little bit, and what I really need to ease the burden that's here is I made a little change here, but it's really not helping. In fact, I think it might be making it slightly worse. I think the smart thing to do is we're getting a bunch of traffic already coming through. Really? Alrighty. Vehicles choosing alternate paths to get there. I think what we need to do is I need a more direct connection. Holy crap, look how backed up that is. That cargo harbor is she's getting busy, folks. I need a direct route to about here. That's gonna, maybe I just throw a tunnel in. There we go. Okay, so we've moved the on-ramp all the way down to here. Will they start using it? They should. That means I also need to back this off to just the one. So we're going to go back to just a single. There we go. Yeah, there's our first truck diverting. That'll help split that traffic up. That which is going direct. Now the question becomes, do we need the same sort of thing going back the other direction? Now, obviously the other direction does not have traffic. It's a little more regulated. Exiting the harbor, it's one at a time, one at a time. They got empty, they come out. They got empty, they come out. And see, now it's all taking the direct route here, the new traffic. And that's a nice long pathway. I think that's going to help. But yeah, we've got a lot. This is no longer getting new traffic coming that way, though. So yeah, let's see which way this car decides it's going to go. Well, let's see. It could end up wanting to go that way, and it does. But again, this will divide that up once this gets cleared out a little bit. Yeah, so once this moves, let's see here. There's that truck on the go. That's going to free things up a little bit. Well, I haven't experienced much lag in the game, but population kind of hitting a point where it's definitely having more of an impact. But the rain seems to be when I get some lag. Drop some frames here, but it's all good. It's not too bad. And this traffic is slowly clearing up, but you can already see that single lane off-ramp to there is already kind of backed up to here at this point. Guessing a lot of those taxis are coming from the passenger harbor. Would make sense. You take the taxi to the passenger harbor, not that police car we've been hearing. Stuck in traffic. Nobody wants to move out of his way. This is the one I worry about, getting backed up all the way to the freeway. We've cleared up this jam, but getting back to the freeway now is an easy exercise for them. It would just be nice if we could handle more than, one truck at a time. Okay, so back to this project with that, at least in its immediacy, dealt with. We've got our road wrapped around the back edge. This is the edge of the map. There is no going beyond that. So we've gone all the way along the edge. This is all going to fill in with minor stuff in between. We'll get a lot of commercial there. It's pretty clear that we could use something going this way, a road or two, so that traffic can move throughout that area. So we're definitely not done yet with this project, but we definitely don't want to get anything in on this road. Like any residential that's going to go in here is going to be attached to this primary road. This traffic circle, for one, can handle kind of the bottom end. and then we can place something a bit higher up, and maybe run a traffic circle off of here to handle this northern area. In fact, that might be the first and easiest one to fill in, because it's obvious what needs to happen in that area. So let's just do it. Alright, so that is 2 pockets. I'm thinking we should probably just go ahead and start filling it in. But maybe we need to get those services in place first. Would an elementary on the main road cover both areas? It does. We'll put an elementary on the main road then. Do we put it just off the main road, like here? That still covers both. Okay, you know what? We're going to put the elementary here. We don't want to add things to that road anyway, so this is actually convenient. Okay, we apparently already have healthcare needs being met in this bottom end. We don't have anything in the top end. We'll put the clinic on the main road. That's totally fine. Death care. Oh yeah, right there. So we got a crematorium right there, so that'll definitely serve the needs of that neighborhood. We're doing just fine on our garbage processing, and the landfill is totally empty, so we're fine there. We just added in the elementary. High school needs, I think we're dropping into things are getting tough. This is going to be the perfect area to be adding in a high school, as we're going to have a lot of low density residential. So let's get on with this task of having a high school. We're going to put it on that primary road, and then we're going to, before it's too late, add the extension wing, add the school library, and this time 40 outdoor recreation, add in the sports field, and maybe we want it to the side. There we go. It's fine that you could add more than one, but that would be a little weird to have a sports field either direction there. Fire and rescue apparently is covered. Oh, okay, our nearest one's right down there. We are going to need this back end, though, and there's definitely going to be some smaller roads, so let's throw one in back there. I don't think we need the fire watch. This little forest is going to get covered. Police is not covered in the upper area, so we'll go ahead and get the first station in up here. Welfare office, definitely a need for the area. This will up there.
Road maintenance services.
We'll need to get to transportation, but we'll get to transportation eventually. Throw in a large city park here next to the school.
And on to our main feature story.
That covers a lot of the area. Let's get a basketball court. Cover this upper area. And that covers this first neighborhood at least. A telecom. Definitely do not have mailboxes at all. That covers all of the neighborhood so far. Mail service is still, it is processing now. It's not doing nothing, but it's not processing anywhere near enough. Let's go ahead and get a post office into this area then. Okay, and that provides us what we need for now. Radio mast here and here will provide telecom. And check it in once again on our traffic jam here. It is what it is. We've got the cargo harbor is the one that just can't handle the traffic needs. It's not that we have a road network that can't handle it. This is almost totally cleared up at least. These guys don't seem to be moving at all, so it's now backed up onto the freeway once again. So here we are yet again with some traffic delays as people are trying to get off and head towards Cargo Harbor. But you can see, the other lane, it's good to go. If they're trying to go the other direction, it's fine. The Cargo Harbor is the issue. But once this is no longer backed up, it might at least get this moving. That'll be kind of the key. Is there more traffic trying to use the harbor than the harbor itself can handle? Right now it seems like the answer is yes, but once this particular set of traffic is no longer there and this actually begins to move, because I don't have a street light here or anything. This is just, you have a lane, right? This taxi should be able to just go right into that lane, but they're not moving. That's on them. There's already a no left turn. Not sure why that sign's facing the wrong direction, but there's already a no left turn option here, and so they're supposed to be going either straight on or into the second lane. I'm guessing that the taxi's trying to go into that second lane, which is just creating its own little problem. But again, that's nearly cleared up, so this will start to move, and then we'll see how it's doing shortly enough. But we now have basic services throughout this area, so let's go ahead. The low density residential demand is not actually terribly high at the moment. It's not maxed out anyway. It's the commercial we need to get to. Taxi finally is moving, heading for the far left lane. But this is gonna begin to flow finally. This is getting rather tricky though to get out of here. These guys have been there for a long time, unable to move. Might need to throw a traffic light in on that. But all this new commercial and residential, as much as it's immediately just filling in 100% of it, for the moment, neither has made a dent in the demand. See if there's anything we could do progression points wise that could help us out. Parking. Oh, I haven't done any parking in this area. That might not be a bad idea, though it's all low density commercial, which means it's got its own parking lot. It's really not a big deal through there the way we have it set up. This is going to be one big suburb, so I don't think we're going to need parking. The Large Hadron Collider might be an option. We still have not spent the points on that. Increases interest in university studies and creates higher demand for electronics and software companies. Probably a good thing to have. You know what? Let's do it. Let's max out that education center. In fact, we'll do that before we do anything else. Let's go take care of that right now. $4 million, but it's 5% electronics production efficiency and software production efficiency citywide, plus 20% demand for electronics and plus 20% demand for software, and then a plus 15% interest in university education. 400k upkeep though, that's spendy, but we have money. Okay, we know we have some space out here. We could do that. Here, the castle. There she is. No upgrades available for this one. It just is what it is. But the Hadron Collider is in, and yeah, nice. Also noteworthy here, it seems like the rate of vehicles needing to get to the cargo harbor versus its ability to handle, it seems like it is just about keeping up. You've got to just have that traffic perfectly set up and aligned. The one issue at the moment is just this, and this hasn't changed at all. So we do need to change this away from being a light. Yeah, we're gonna have to put in a light here. Otherwise, these vehicles never move. Does this allow me to have 2 lanes going left? But yeah, it'll clear these guys up. With a green light for them, they'll be able to move. Apparently the semi-truck is now tied to this light. Yes, he is. He got bumped far enough over, but yeah, there you go. That gets those guys moving. And 2 lanes can go left, so that's a good thing there. That's going to help keep this moving much easier. And then it's just a matter of space, but yeah, with the light, that'll be good. That'll be good. That's a better alternative.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
Okay, the neighborhood built up very quickly. Those houses are in, and we've already got a lot of cars coming into the area, people moving in. Speaking of how I mentioned that the traffic is slowly clearing up, you can see here's the last vehicle now coming off the freeway, and there's very little coming this direction. I mean, we've seen a couple trucks come in this way from whatever alternative direction that brought them in, but the vast majority of the traffic is coming right off that ramp, and we're bringing it almost straight to the cargo harbor now, which is definitely eased the traffic burden. So there's one other mini crisis now dealt with. The first neighborhood of our suburb is in, handling the load. You can see the road is not that busy, so we are fine to progress into kind of the next phase of this. This one I think is ready to go in a very similar manner. We might want 3 connections with this one, maybe 2 coming off here, and then 1 coming off this way, so that traffic is divided up a bit. Alright, I've got my spider webbing with the 3 primary areas connected now on the back edge. Now, before we throw in our residential and commercial there, we need to, just like on the other side, take care of the services. And this one won't have anything really helping it out because we're very much on the back side. Okay, we have services into the area. We apparently do not have enough electricity. No transformers in the area. It's got to be that type of issue. I mean, the electricity trade is good. Yeah, there you go. Overloaded power network through here. Too much demand. So we do have the transformer station there. We're going to need to get a transformer station down this direction. Probably. Alright, so this next neighborhood, which is definitely bigger than the first one that we just put in, should make a much bigger dent on our residential and commercial demands. I know there's a quicker way to kind of paint all of this, but I enjoy this portion of what we do. I didn't want that last one. We want that last one as commercial. Speaking of, let's go ahead and fill in this outer row too. All commercial through there. Alright, that should be all of it. The commercial demand just gone. So that took care of the commercial demand. The interior in between the 2 areas, other than along this road being commercial, it was supposed to all be residential as well. So I think we're going to finally hit in on that demand a little bit, but it's moving for the first time. And somehow, despite all this new, our population has dropped below 100K, but it is finally trending upward again, and it's going to be right back above 100K here in just a moment, as we're just four people away from that now. And right back at 100K. I think that's a good stopping point for this episode. We've got 2/3 of this area filled, and really it's both more and less, right? There's, for one, we have this peninsula here that we could add in, but this area is definitely not the same size. That's a big pocket right there. It's about as big as this one. This is bigger than that, though, or about the same size at least. So halfway? Are we at the halfway stage of this new suburb, this new area? Maybe. And we'll see how it goes in time. But it's absolutely handled one portion of the demand, but with two main roads, well, three main roads running in the, what is that, north to south direction. I'm looking south right now. They're already taken care of. It's just the northern road running along the coastline and a little bit of that southern one near the freeway that still have potential for more commercial. Otherwise, we're looking at all low density residential, and I think that means we can take care of that need as well. And yet somehow the population is going down. All of this newness, and yet the population is decreasing. Make it make sense. That's okay. Financially, money really hasn't dropped hardly at all. I mean, we've put in so much new stuff, spent an absolute ton of money putting that in, but the increased taxes will help out. It's just somehow the population is roughly the same for now. For now. All those services are already paid for. Those people, we're not yet collecting those taxes, so we'll get that soon enough. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Have we, finally, last check here,
a driving advisory has been
got a
issued
little
for
bit
the immediate area due to poor
of
road
a
conditions. Please exercise caution if you
bit
must.
of, yeah,
and
see,
try to
there you
stay off
go.
the streets
We have
until
dealt with the
conditions
population, the traffic,
This is
so
a local public service announcement.
Handing up
traffic is resolved
the city
regarding
will be experiencing
the cargo harbor
blackouts.
and into the
Here's
new
to
neighborhood.
help remain
And
calm
as for
during
this
breaks
one,
in service and
we would
to
expect there to
follow
be
the
some
guidelines
extra
on the city's website
traffic
on
in the
how
short term
and
of people trying to get in
events.
and out
This has
of
been a local public service announcement.
the neighborhood.
You're back with Second Moon Radio, your second musical home from home.
That does it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there,
Tonight
and bye
we
for
are
now.
doing a